Hey, everybody. Hi, guys. I'll be right with you. Thank you for being here. I'll be right back. Okay, I think that phone is a little crooked. That's better. Okay. Let's see who's in the house. Let's go to YouTube Studio. Doing pretty good on time. It's 7:02. I appreciate everybody being on time. It is the last day in January. Okay. Can you guys hear me okay? You never know because you don't have a microphone on when you're going live. So I rely on you guys to tell me if the sound is okay. Nobody's saying anything. Okay, Cherie said, hear and see you perfectly. Thank you so much. Okay, let's go back all the way to the top. I see that Karen Witherspoon is in the house. Ellen is in the house. Ty Lily, Lita Barderis, Miss Kia Parks, Barb Brownlee, Bobby Wilson, Miss Quinny's Playroom is in the house. Lavender for Luck, All's Nat Homesteader, Sandra Living a Full Life is here. Ladybug Palmer is in the house. China Moss Farm is here. Angel Loves Garden, thank you for being here. Cassandra Dominic, Robbie Duncan Island, or Island Duncan, Robbie Island Duncan, Lolita Edwards. And At Home with Cherie has been a faithful member of our Grow Your Own Club for 6 months. Let's congratulate her. Okay. Let's see if I need to speak to anybody else. I think my moderators are getting everybody. Regina Tyson. And that's it. Okay. So we have currently 34 people in the chat and 25 hit the like button. Hi, Ladybug Palmer. I think I spoke to you already, but you're congratulating Cheryl. Reed, Grandmama Groves is in the house. Hey now, best yet, has been a member of the Eat Your Own Club for 6 months. Oh my God, it doesn't even seem like it's been that long. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Erica Jones, Backyard Farming with Ashley is in the house. Wow. Queen Adira is in the house. Wow, it's been 6 months since we started the Perks Clubs. And speaking of the Perks Club, we had a question and answer session yesterday. Maybe 8 people were in the house on our Zoom meeting. It went really well. I feel really good about all the people that were in the meeting. I think they're going to do very, very well with their product lines. And Yankee Sister has been a member of the Grow Your Own Club. Thank you. Thank you, Yankee Sister, for being a faithful member. I appreciate you very much. I'm cutting a label that I need to put on a product. It's been a busy day. I finished editing a video to give you guys an update of what I have growing in the greenhouse. And I filmed it yesterday when Brian and Bria was here to help me. And I finished editing it. Instead of waiting for later on in the week, I went ahead and dropped the video today. So I would appreciate it if you would all go and check out that video. I hope the video will inspire some of you to have a greenhouse. It's work. I am not going to pretend that it isn't, because it is work. But it's work that I enjoy. And in Mesquite, Texas, the temperature fluctuates so much. And some people are not aware of the fact that a greenhouse that has a complete plastic cover can solarize and heat up very quickly. So when it is 70 degrees outside, if you don't have enough opening in the windows, and there's only one door opening in the type that I have, it can heat up to over 100 degrees very, very quickly. And that is why I love my little sensors. My sensor here, this wireless sensor, will tell me what the humidity is and the temperature is at all times. And I have 2 systems. And I was talking to my sister in Indiana. Now, she doesn't have a greenhouse. And she doesn't garden in the winter. And she just does a little gardening in the spring and summer. But she even bought one, because she wanted to know what the temperature is upstairs, downstairs, in her basement. She has a hot tub where she works out, and she gets into the jacuzzi hot tub. And in the winter, downstairs in the basement. And in the summer, she has it out on her sun deck. And so she said, you keep talking about this sensor. Send me the link to that. And so I did. So currently it's 59 degrees in the greenhouse, where I have 2 sensors, both of them identical, 59 degrees. And in the front of the greenhouse, the humidity is 74%, but at the back of the greenhouse, it's 59% humidity. And the reason for the 20-point difference in the humidity is because I keep water. I think that garbage can is about 13 gallons. And I keep water in the greenhouse so that when I water my plants, the water is the same temperature of that environment that is in the greenhouse. Because you can water plants with water too cold or too warm, and it can send them into shock. So that's just a little pearl from Cheryl, from Lady Cheryl. Okay, Andrea Lucas is in the house. Let me see that I missed anybody else. I think I spoke to, I'm not sure, Auntie's Backyard is in the house. I think I got everybody. And if I miss somebody, charge it to my head and not my heart. And you know my moderators is in here. They're in here speaking to everybody. And speaking of moderators, I got a nice email from one of my moderators yesterday. And she saw something on another live, I think. And she thought it would be a good idea. You guys know that I asked you to refrain from asking questions until I get through the topic of discussion. And then I ask for your questions. And then I ask you to put them in all caps. And she saw something that would help. Let me see if I can paste it. She saw something that would help alert me to, let me try it again, to different questions. Copy. And it's not going to let me paste this icon or emoji. It was a big question mark. And it won't let me post it on my laptop. But she had an emoji that was red and it had question mark. If you guys can find one of those in your emojis, if you would put it up, and I'm gonna search question, because I copied the one she sent me in the email thinking that I could use it, and I can't. So later on in the chat, if you will just put question mark or question, oh, some people just did it. Thank you. Let me see if I can copy it. Cherie just did it. Copy image, address, copy image. Let me see if I can do it. No, it won't let me do it for some reason. So my moderators got it. And when I say it's now time for questions and answers, if my moderators would put a couple of those emojis up so people know when to do it. And also, if I miss a question, moderators, because you know how it goes, those of you that are in the chat and you're not a moderator or you don't have a YouTube channel, the live feed can go around fast and I can miss stuff. And it's not that you your question is irrelevant or I don't want to answer it. It's sometimes I miss it. So my moderators are going to alert me now with that big question mark in case I miss your question. And be sure to put it in all caps at the appropriate time. And if you can, put that red question mark, that will alert me too. Because never, ever do I shy away from any question. I've been gardening for a long time. 30 years in this same spot, 40 years all together. And I don't know everything, but what I don't know, I can direct you to where you can find the answer. So I have no reason to shy away from a question. Hey, Growing with Hudson, thank you so much for being here. Yeah, I see a lot of those question marks. So that's real vivid. And that will alert me to, that I need to answer a question. Right now, I want to acknowledge our Golden Girls, Miss Ellen Pankey, Viola Graham, Jean Dudley, Deb M., Joyce Moore. And these ladies are all in their 70s. And if we get a golden gentleman, we will add him as an honorary member of our Eat Your Own group, and you don't have to pay any fees. And when I say I have seeds available, email me so I can send you some complimentary seeds. You guys get those seeds as well. I'm going to put my Cash App up because I'm going to do something that I didn't think I would ever do. I'm going to run a special, but you have to, did I post it? It's acting crazy today. Enter. There it is, Cheryl's Organic FF. I am going to let you guys have the first 4 people that email me the Cash App and your address, even if I have your address before. I'm going to let you have 2 elderberry cuttings for $35. I started out selling them for $20. They got real more vigorous roots. Then I started selling them for $25. I made a couple of deals with a few people and gave them 2 for $40. But tonight I'm going to let the first 4 people that email me and pay me get 2 elderberry cuttings for $35. And the reason why I am doing this is because I have over 250 red Solo cups and clear cups with my starts for my spring garden, and I don't have anywhere to put them. And we're getting ready to get a cold front to come in. They're predicting snow, ice, maybe even delays in schools, work, or shutdowns. So if you Cash App me $35 tonight, the first 4 people, I will send you those 2 cuttings, and I will mail them tomorrow morning because I want you to get them before the freeze comes in on, I think it's coming either Thursday night or Friday morning. But if I get them out to you tomorrow, first thing in the morning, you'll have them. And also, I want to share with you my email address. Let me give it to you so you can email me your information, your Cash App. And remember, don't email me saying you want to get them later. It's first come, first serve. I got to be fair about this. So here's my email address. Enter. And my moderators will put them up. Grace Gaines, thank you for being here. My moderators will be putting it up for me. They're just so wonderful. I have the best moderators in these YouTube streets. The LC Mod Squad was named by Debbie Epps, and I love that name. And I just sent the bull. Those of you that don't know, the bull's garden, he moved to a larger property a couple of years ago, and I saw on Angela's Busy Bee's garden and homestead that she bought some strawberry crowns from them. Now, I haven't taken them completely out, but I know they came from bull. I know they're in good shape. I just put them in my refrigerator because I've decided that I'm going to wait until after this cold front to plant them straight into the strawberry beds. I'm not going to, I have a limited amount of room. That's why I went ahead and published my video today so you can see how I could barely walk around in my greenhouse. I got to get some of the plants and goods and crops out of there so I can put my crops in by the last of February. So this is another Cheryl, a pearl from Lady Cheryl. If you get something like strawberry crowns, garlic, onions, you can put them in your refrigerator for a couple weeks until you're ready to plant them outside. Okay, now strawberries can take a freeze and a frost. Onions can. I'm getting ready to talk about that in a minute. But I don't want to put them immediately into some soil and then a big freeze come. I want them to gradually be out there for a few weeks. So if we get a freeze after this freeze and they've been acclimated to my environment for a couple of weeks and we get that freeze as I just previously stated, they'll be fine. Okay, so these are some beautiful crowns. I don't know what type of strawberries they are. I don't care. I'm just going to mix them in with what I'm already growing. And he sent these to me with a beautiful card and wouldn't charge me because he said he loves everything that I do for the gardening community. But you all know me. I believe in giving. So I sent him 2 elderberry cuttings. I said, look, Bull, let me send you something. He said, well, you can send me an elderberry, but he's going to be surprised if he doesn't see this video that I sent him to. And another thing I wanted to share with you, I told you this year I'm doing blessings from the garden, and I'm doing a garden of gratitude. And let me tell you this, your pictures, your emails are touching this old lady's heart that some of you are doing the gratitude garden. Thank you very much from the bottom of my heart. It's catching on. You don't have to hashtag it if you don't want to, but I'm loving what I'm seeing. And for those of you that are new to my channel and you're in this live for the first time, let me explain to you what the gratitude garden is, just very quickly. A gratitude garden, which I named Gratitude Garden. Let me back up and preface it by saying this. Every year I have a garden theme. Last year, because we had a polar freeze February the 3rd, 2021, I named my garden the Garden of Prayer because I lost 23 fruit trees and plants. When I say plants, I'm talking about banana tree plants. They are an herb that produces a fruit, but they're so tall that people think they're trees, but they have soft wood. But that's irrelevant because everything that I lost, I was blessed to recover through donations. My subscribers took care of me because I lost every living thing in that greenhouse except one Miho Satsuma, and it was struggling, but I kept nursing it and it came back to health. So what I did with my donations was I bought a new improved Meyer lemon tree. Once the weather was preferable for me to get out and I felt comfortable because I was a little paranoid about catching COVID. I'm not going to lie. I don't go a lot of places. I bought a Lisbon lemon, something I've never grown before. I bought a grapefruit tree and a Awori Satsuma, which is a more cold hardy one than the one that I had that survived. And let me back up and tell you, we had a 26-hour power outage. So I lost electricity out to the greenhouse. But even though it was 3 degrees outside, the lowest temperature was 19 in the greenhouse. So I lost a lot. I don't want to elaborate on it or dwell on it, but I want you to know that that's why last year I named my garden the Garden of Prayer or Prayer Garden. The year before that, I named my garden an emergency garden because that's when the pandemic first hit and stores were price gouging and I grew a lot of food and gave it away. I grew a lot of food and most of it that I gave away, I didn't even try to capture it on video, okay? But this year, my garden theme is Garden of Gratitude. And what is in my Garden of Gratitude is food that I have grown from seeds that I harvested, the seeds that I let them go through God's cycle and go to seed and produce pods, and I collected those seeds. And I give a lot of those seeds to you guys. Also in my Garden of Gratitude are very old seeds that I put in the freezer, okay? Another thing in that Garden of Gratitude is or are seeds that I'm growing food crops from what you guys send me. So this week I got from, I call her my little daughter, Zakia, she sent me German chamomile chamomile seeds, because I need to grow chamomile, and I haven't grown it in a couple of years, and I had to outsource it for my relaxation tea. So just giving you an idea. I've had a lot of people send me nice things, and those seeds I will be talking about more. We all know that At Home with Cherie is very generous and has the largest seed I was going to say inventory, repertoire, whatever you want to call it, of anybody I have ever seen. And I'm growing some of the seeds that she gave me, some seeds that Debbie Epps gave me. I'm trying to germinate seeds that Grandmama Groves sent me. I'm eternally grateful. So I want you to know that adding to that gratitude garden will be my strawberries that the bull sent me. And you all need to go check him out. Check out his YouTube, and I'm asking that my moderators put the Bull's Garden URL address for his YouTube channel. And then I know that I said old seeds, donated seeds, seeds that went to seeds, crops that went to seeds. Yeah, and donations people gave me. This allowed me to buy a few things. So I usually go to Home Depot and I buy some Texas short day onions. But I was watching Homestead Heart. Moderators, would you link her channel? She has a huge channel. Check her out. And she bought from this company called Dixondale Farms. Dixondale Farms, if somebody wants to hook that up. And they were so nice, and I got this real big, large package of short day onions. I think it's 3 varieties, because I see the little purple ones here and the white ones. You know, the purple ones are a little sweeter. And it was only $14. It's food, so it was no tax and free shipping. And I was just laying in the bed watching on Homestead Heart on my phone. And you know how you have autofill on these iPhones? Be careful with that, because if you ever typed in the wrong address, or not the wrong address, misspelled the address in the email, you're in the bed, you don't have any glasses on. Well, I don't need no glasses, but you know, it's early in the morning or it's late at night and you're not looking at it real good. And then when it finished, and I went to pay for the $14 through PayPal, it was the wrong address, spelling of my address, and the wrong email. So that morning I waited until a reasonable hour, and I called them, and customer service was awesome. And they told me, don't worry about it. The IT lady is not here yet, but she took my information down, and I got these onions in 2 days. Okay, so I'm happy. And if they grow the way Homestead Heart, and y'all know she don't steer people wrong, I'll be ordering them from this company. This is what they specialize in, growing onions. Very reasonable. And I got more onions than I would. More onions than I would getting them from someplace else. And again, I want to say the company's name again is Dixon, Dixon, Dale, one word, Dale Farms. And you can go to their website and you can list how soon you want them. And I got them really fast. I think they shipped out on the 26th. Let's see what date that was. And I got them Saturday. They shipped out on the 26th, and they were in my box on the 28th, because I didn't go to the mailbox until the 29th. So they got here priority mail in 2 days. That's good. So I guess the post office is running pretty good there. But you guys know that we have some issues with the post office, but I'm glad that that package came one time. And another thing I want to show you, I went to the door today, and I don't know who sent this to me. I think I might have an idea, because I've only talked to a couple of people about the heart of palm. And somebody generously sent me some lasagna heart of palm. and some linguine. And you guys know I did a video. I shared with you how I use the turnips. And I cook them like mashed potatoes because I'm not on the keto diet. I'm just trying to cut down starch, sugar, and grease, or fat, if that's what you want to call it. Because I'm predestined for diabetes if I don't. And yeah, so I'm really excited about this. I bought it in different forms, but I would just want you to know, if you're interested in this, it's really the heart, the inside of the palm tree. And they take it and they add, I saw it on here. There's nothing in here but the heart of palm, water, natural sea salt, and citric acid. And you're supposed to rinse it off real well. But there's only 60, I think you pronounce that, milligrams of sodium in a serving. And in this pouch are 3 servings. And there's only 20 calories per serving and only 4 grams of carbohydrates. So if you're vegan, vegetarian, pre-diabetic, on a keto diet, or you just can't have a lot of, gluten, like flour and, wheat and that kind of stuff, I'm telling you, this is delicious. I've had it in the can. Now I'm going to try it with the, in the package. So whoever sent me this, I know it had to be a YouTuber. I appreciate you very, very much. Okay? All right. Let's see what I need to talk about. Okay, I got all the orders off. Except there's only one person with a back order. I've already contacted that person. Let me go to my website and publish the special of the day. This will expire at midnight tonight. And I made it really easy for you. Okay, I'm just waiting on my PC to catch up. Oops, an error has occurred. Let's go back. And you all know every Monday I stay up late. I hope it goes through this time. Yes. And I have a weekly special for my YouTube subscribers. And by the way, if you're on here and you're trying to comment, I have it set up where you can't unless you have been subscribed for a certain amount of time. And that allows my moderators not to have to work so hard when we get negative people to try to disrupt us in the chat. So I'm publishing the Monday midnight special. It will expire, and it is my pain cream. And you guys know all about it. It's a lot of people in this chat right now who have purchased it, who have used it, have written and given me testimonies. It helps. And if you are a gardener, this is something that you need to have in your arsenal of medication so that you can soothe your sore back, knees, arms, shoulder, whatever is aching you. The only thing that I ask you is to put it up and don't let little babies get to it because it has some essential oils that will burn their eyes. So you want to avoid any eye area. If it's a little sprain and you don't need the potent pain relief cream, you could take like a half a teaspoon and put it in like 1 ounce of your regular body lotion or my lotion if you have my natural lotion. So now this jar normally sells for, and I'm asking you guys, please, 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 don't go to the pain cream website page and order it, because it's $19 including tax No, including shipping and handling. And you'll see a nasty picture of my elbow. This one right here, that's all healed. When I gashed it into the brick garden bed and scraped my whole back. And so I have a before and after picture. I need to change that after picture and put another picture up where it's really healed up wonderfully. So if you go there and order it, you're going to pay a little bit more. Today, till midnight tonight, my pain relief cream, for those of you that use it already, those of you that want to try it, I'm going to let you get it for only, I think I did $15.99. Let me make sure. I don't want to say the wrong price. I dropped the price down to, yes, $15.99. So you can save on this. And I already got my little boxes ready. I don't have them right here, but I have some over there already taped up. All I got to do is drop it in, do your label, and they will go out tomorrow morning. Anybody that orders it tonight, there won't be a delay in the shipping. Okay? Okay, so now I'm going to close that out and that out. And let's go back to the chat. Thank you, Auntia's Backyard. Make sure that you order it from the right page. Okay. And y'all got Homestead Heart. And when you go to Homestead Heart's YouTube channel and the Bulls YouTube channel, be sure to tell them Lady Cheryl sent you. Because whenever they send people to me, I smile when I know that somebody sent them to me. So I want them to smile too, to let them know that I'm sending people their way too. Not that she needs it, because she has a huge following. I see Skinny Boy Randy is in the house. We want to thank you for being here. And since I saw Skinny Boy Randy, I'm going to stop right now, and I'm going to let Skinny Boy Randy and everybody else that is a member of my Perks clubs to put in your YouTube channel at this time. And if you're new to my channel, let me tell you, for $2.99, you can grow, and it's $2.99 a month. You can join the Grow Your Own Club, and every week you'll be able to put your channel up, and I send you some seeds if you want them once a month. And if you join for $4.99 a month, and that is the Eat Your Own Club, you get the perks from the Grow Your Own. Put your channel up every week and the seeds if you want them. But you also get the opportunity to attend a food preservation class, whether it's pressure canning, water bath canning, dehydrating, freezing, and blanching, whatever preservation class that I give. I may decide we're going to do jelly making and do a class on that, okay? But you'll be able to attend absolutely free. If you're not a member of the Eat Your Own Club, the class costs $30. Now, for those of you that are in the Make Your Own Club, you guys, I teach everything that I know about how to make your own lotions, creams, natural candles, teas, honey, body spray, you name it, okay? All right. And you could attend one of those classes free, one a month, and I think it's April and another month, might be November, where I'll let you attend 2, because we'll have 5 Sundays in that month. Now, I know I said I was going to put the class schedule up today. I'm not ready, but I will put it up sometime tomorrow. So, Tiny Texas Garden, thank you for being here. Always hear about Dixon on local gardening chats. Very good. Janet Chisholm, thank you for being here. My Granny's Garden, we appreciate you being here. Everybody is putting up their channels. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. I appreciate you. And Growing with Hudson, would you put up, please, Auntie Ellen's channel? And Yankee Sister Homestead, not good with trying to put up my channel yet. Okay, what you'll do is, Yankee Sister, you will go into YouTube Studio where you upload your videos, and right across the top, it'll tell you can click on for your URL. And if they removed that since the last time I saw it, you can go into any one of the help chats and say, how do I get my URL? Thank you, Andrea Lucas, for ordering the cream. Regina Tyson says she doesn't know how to do that YouTube channel. Regina, are you saying you have a channel, but you don't know how to put it in? If that's the case, email me. Anybody that having trouble putting their channel up, we'll talk over email. I might have to do a quick little Zoom class or something, but I will make sure that you get it, okay? What was the variety bunch of onions that you ordered from Dixondale? Dixondale is one word, Ty Lily, and I see you put your big question mark, but it wasn't time for you to ask me questions. But I'll tell you, it's called Short Days. Short Days onions. They grow very well in Texas because of the amount of sunlight is decreased and the amount of photosynthesis that the onions need. That particular type does well in the freezing cold and not enough sunlight. Growing with Hudson said there are 89 people in here and 68 thumbs up. Well, she said 88 and 69, but I'm looking, mine says 90 and 68. So you all are not going to let this algorithm pick me up if you don't hit the like button. I would appreciate it. And Barb Brownlee, thank you very much. The cream that is normally $19 is $15.99. And they will go in the mail tomorrow if you order today. And anybody that doesn't go through PayPal, email me a couple of times if you're trying to Cash App me, because I don't check my orders like that. I check them through PayPal. Thank you, Barb Brown. Fantastic pain cream works wonderful the back and the knee. I'm telling you. I have a lot of issues. And when I know I got to work hard, I put the pain cream on as a preventative. Who was that? Somebody else told me they did that. I think it was Debbie Epps. Oh, that's so sweet. Yankee Sister. She put your YouTube channel up. Now, what I'm going to do as a courtesy to you, I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to put it down on my notes for today. And if you email me, I'll send you the link. And then you'll always have it. I'm putting up Yankee Sister. Okay, so I got you. Anybody else having a problem, let us know. I see that Grow with Hudson is asking somebody if they have content on their page. Because if you don't have content, then we can't get your link. Hey, everybody. Check out my cucumber controversy video and Lady Cheryl's mail call. Who is this? Auntie's backyard garden. All right, let's give her a hand. I'll check you out while I'm up tonight. Thank you, Auntia. Let me write it down. Check out Auntia. Oh, I think I saw that already. I think I saw your video. Okay, great. Yeah, I'm almost positive I saw your video. So remember, the elderberry cuttings are good for, somebody said their Cash App wouldn't go, oh, that's something else. Okay, so we have 2 people ordered. I think we have 2 people that order. We have 2 more elderberry orders. 2 for $35, just tonight only. 2 more of you all can order them. Okay. So now let me move on. Let me move on. Make sure. I do have a few red Texas Star hibiscus seeds, and those I will send to you in a black envelope with a tracking number. They're $10 for a dozen. If anybody wants the Texas Red Star hibiscus, you can send the $10 via the Cash App and then an email, and I'll send them to you. Okay. And what I need to do is I need to remove these orders that are filled. Cut. So that I won't get confused. To filled orders. I just did this up today. Okay. Okay, I got you. The last email. You know who you are. I will send it to you. Your link to your channel. Okay. I'm done. Now, we got a cold front coming in. Right now, it's currently 59 degrees in the greenhouse. The greenhouse is wide open. And the reason why I got it wide open because the low temperature is only going to be 51 degrees. And the reason why I keep it wide open is because I want to dry up the humidity in there. Because when you have a lot of foliage and leaves, a lot of plants in close proximity, you can get a fungus really quick. Or if you don't have good air circulation, your leaves will start to yellow and they look really bad. So I want you to please go watch my video that I posted today. And like I said, I intentionally posted it today because I wanted to touch on it during this live. A lot of you look at it and you're probably going like, why is she cutting the good leaves off? Well, if you have leaves that are touching the ground, any type of soil-borne fungus, and that's where most funguses start, in the soil, and there are thousands of types, it will damage that low-hanging fruit and low-hanging leaves. So that's why I had Brian in there pruning and catching what I pruned. And I'm talking in regards to we're getting ready to get some cold weather. Not just me, but a lot of you are already experienced it. I recommend, one, that you harvest your fruit or vegetables before you getting ready to have a cold front. You guys noticed that I did the same thing in my food forest with my greens and turnips and collards and kale and Swiss chard and everything out there. Always harvest a good amount of food before a cold front comes in. Now, if you have food like collards and cabbage, you know it can take a little bit colder temperature, you can leave them on. You can do 2 things. You can cover it with burlap, you can cover it with a sheet. That's the same one thing. And you can cover it also with a piece of plastic. As long as the plastic has something in between the plant and the plastic, like burlap and sheet, then the plastic. Don't put the plastic directly on the plant, because anything that comes in contact that's frozen with the plastic, it will burn. It'll stick to it and burn. So water first. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's first. Water first. I didn't say it though. Water really well, okay? Then cover. Now, I'm not covering anything out in my food forest, because I got enough in the greenhouse, and I've got enough canned and saved. And I'm getting older, and I can't do all that work. So I intentionally, around January, I don't care if it survives or not. I know that sounds a little rough, but I've harvested the majority of the food already that's uncovered, because I'm just one person, and it's just too much work for me. But you guys know that I've been sharing with you what I do to prepare for a freeze in the greenhouse. So you got almost 100 degrees one day in the greenhouse, and a few days later it's going to get down to like 19 or 17 or whatever. So I have 2 small ceramic heaters on 2 separate commercial extension cords, so that if one goes out, the other one is still working. Make sure, if you have a greenhouse that is at least 20 feet long, that you have 2 heaters on separate commercial cords running to a separate plug. Okay? And then you guys know that I don't have any around here, but I don't have to show you. You know the oil heaters that I have, the vintage looking oil heaters. I only like them when it's going to be lower than 20 degrees as a backup. I'll go out there late at night and switch it out. You see me do it in my videos. And just to make sure that I can keep that temperature above 40. Ideally, it would be 50, but in a real cold situation, 40 is just fine. Okay? And then another thing I do is I have my candles. I have my little fondue holders, and I have the terracotta pots that I put on top. And I think they call these camp stoves. So if the electricity goes out in the middle of the night, and I'm alerted by my sensor, because I have 2 of these monitors, one by my bed nightstand, then I know that a heater went out. I can light some candles or switch out a heater or do whatever I have to do. In other words, you want to prepare for anything. And it's a really wonderful feeling when you're prepared. You don't have to worry about anything. You don't have to be nervous. My son, who is 6'4", the big guy, the barber, he always calls me when he hears about a cold front coming in. Mama, do you need me to do anything? No, son. I got it all managed. Okay. You sure? Yeah, I'm sure I got everything done. So, if we did have a power outage like we did, if we get one like we did last year, this winter, I share with you all, I have another backup, which is a kerosene heater. Now, in the lamps, I put a no-smell paraffin oil, but I have a no-smell kerosene oil for the big heater that I have. But I tested it out and filled it up, and I smell kerosene. So I don't know what they mean by no smell kerosene, because I got no smell kerosene oil, but I still smell kerosene. And I don't want kerosene in the greenhouse unless we have a power outage for a long period of time. And I've already shared with you, in my home, I have a gas fireplace and I have gas stove, so I can boil water and keep my seedlings alive like I did last year. And those are my babies. And I don't leave my house with my babies. I want to keep them alive. And I think I already shared with you that I have over 250 seedlings in these little solo cups. And I'll be sharing them with you real soon, because everything is going to go out to the greenhouse unless it's an act of God. They'll be out there the last of February. I do that every single year. So that's what I want to talk about. I want to know from the chat. Hey, Naked Gardener, thank you for being here. I want to know from you guys in the chat, briefly, tell me what your emergency plans are. Do you have emergency backup? Okay, let's open it up. Let's see what you guys got going on. I've shared with you what I'm doing. What are you guys doing? Hey, hands in the dirt. I see my moderator speaking to you. Thank you for being here, Stacy. Regina Tyson says it is 28 degrees in Detroit, Michigan. And Best Yet says you are eating what you grow. Exactly. Yesterday in my video I put today, Brian harvested celery. Bria harvested carrots. They were small, but we got carrots. And we harvested a few sweet peppers and a lot of jalapeno peppers. Yeah. So if you want to comment about your emergency plan, or if you have a question for me, now is the time to please. David Corey said he coming by my place. Grandmama Groves has a mini stove, but I like some candles for backup. Yes. That's too funny. You coming by my place. Okay. Mabel, thank you for being here. She says she's got a snowsuit and a generator. I'm laughing about the snowsuit, but the generator is fine. That is wonderful. Anybody else? Come on, tell me what you guys doing. I'm ready for you. Okay, let me go back to the chat. Cassandra. Oh, let me go back up. Back up. I think I'm at Allsnet Homesteader. She's for a few weeks. She's in North Carolina. She's getting the terracotta pots for her to cook and stay warm. Thank you for saying that, because I did a little video during that snow blizzard, whatever it was we had, and I showed you guys how on top of that terracotta pot, and they all out in the greenhouse, so I can't get up and go show them to you right now. Because I don't want to have to be running around, where is this, where is this? No, everything is in the greenhouse. The lamps are in the greenhouse. The power-operated, battery-operated lamps are out there so I can see. It's one up under here, but it's too far for me to get down, for me to see my way out there. But then I have a lot of solar lights outside in my yard that are not attached to any structures that I can pick up and bring in the house too if I need to light candles and that type of thing. But I like what she said that about cooking, because what happened in Mesquite and all over Dallas County, the treatment plants, the water treatment plants were without power. So we could not use the ice in the ice maker or the water. So I had to boil my water, to make some tea or decaf coffee, because I couldn't trust the water out of the sink. But right behind this screen, you can see a little bit over here. I have 10 gallons of distilled water. And the reason why I have distilled water, because you can drink it and I can use it in my products, is because it's hard to get them to deliver drinking water. They have limits on it. So I have 10 gallons backed up. So Allsnap Homestead, I'm glad you brought that up about cooking, because on top of that terracotta pot, I put a saucepan and put some water in there and boiled it for my tea. And you can even warm up soup or anything else that you need to warm up. Thank you for sharing that. That is really wonderful. Yankee Sister says she has lanterns, gold power flashlights, generator, emergency light bulbs. I never did buy those emergency light bulbs, guys. I thought about it, but I never did get around to doing it. Chine Moss Farm says she has an extra room for my plants with heaters and a candle flower pot heater too. Great. Cassandra Dominic said, my emergency plan includes flashlights, candles, plenty of firewood for fireplaces and fire pits. And I'm so glad you brought that up, because where I live, they were stealing wood that people had stacked up because they ran out of it during that bad polar freeze last year. And some people were burning their wooden desk and dining room chairs in the fireplace to stay warm. We have some casualties as well. Okay, so Miss, I just saw it. Somebody has a wood burning stove. I just saw it. Canned food, extra blankets, and water. That's very good. Sandra living a full life. Growing with Hudson says she has flashlights, candles, blankets, gloves, those instant heating for your hands and feet. Very good. At home with Sharisa, our fireplace works if we lose power. They're all gas. There's several of them. And I have all the camping gear. I lived in cold climates for a while, so I gotta be prepared. Yes, she's out there in Minnesota where they have below temperatures. So when this young lady is showing her butcher block hauls and her pantry downstairs and pantry upstairs, when you live in that kind of weather, you don't go to the grocery store every 2 days. I know. I haven't lived in Minnesota, but I lived in Indiana where we got below zero. And my mama cooked. And I was telling my sister this, because I'm a few years older than her. I remember when we couldn't wear pants to school, but we could wear snowsuits. That's why I laughed when the person said something about the snowsuit. We're not crazy. You could wear snowsuits and take them off when you get to school, but you couldn't wear pants. I remember when we didn't have lunchrooms in the cafeteria. We had lunchrooms where we didn't have a hot lunch. They didn't have the stove and to cook the food in the cafeteria, like the pizza and the cookies and the fish on Friday, and you had fresh milk, blah, 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 and you brought your lunch or you walked home. I remember I was in the 9th grade when they allowed us to wear pants to school for the first time. I remember when pantyhose came out. It's kind of seemed like kind of crazy nowadays that you had to use a garter belt and stockings and all of that. I remember when they integrated pantsuits in the office. I was a freshman in college working at Blue Cross Blue Shield in Chicago, and we were able to wear pants. Now it's business casual. People just come so casual to work nowadays. In some instances, I can't believe they went to work like that. You know, people wearing jogging suits or what have you. Okay, somebody says, how would you keep the animals out? I don't have any here. How would you keep the animals out? I don't understand. Somebody address that. I don't have any animals. You mean like squirrels and critters and things like that? Hey, they got to get warm too. I don't have a greenhouse, but I have everything. I have covered everything. I made my back patio a greenhouse with blue tarp and covered everything else. Yes, Miss Granny, which is Viola Graham. I saw your video. I think I put something like way to go, because that was really, really cool what you did. You hung these sheets up over your patio and you kept a lot of coal out. That's wonderful. Ladybug Palmer says she has flashlights, oil lanterns, LED lanterns, canned food, and a wood stove. Awesome. We must have a new member. Auntie is telling me. Yes. Tia Go. Welcome to Eat Your Own Club. Let's welcome her, everybody. We are certainly glad you're here. Okay. And as Aunt Tia's backyard is telling you, Tia Drumgo, make sure you send me your email address. And she listed my email address so that you can know. LaShawn Journey, thank you for being here. Okay, here we got Stacy from Hands in the Dirt, says he has a generator, gas stove, fireplace with a gas starter, firewood, propane stove with propane, firewood, candles, and cinder blocks for a rocket stove. That way to go, Stacy. You got it going on. Okay. Grandmama Grove says that she wear tights in the winter. She's talking to a Cherie. Okay. I think I saw Cherie today, one of her videos she had it on tights. What about Blue Sunday? Gardner 99. I don't know what Blue Sunday is. Unless you're talking about back in the day. Oh, I know what he's talking about. Back in the day, you didn't go to the stores on Sunday. And my mother was raised in a home where her mother and father, my grandparents, you couldn't iron clothes on Sunday. You couldn't do your hair on Sunday. If it was raining and lightning outside, they couldn't have the television set on. They grew up a real strict Christian household. And you used to couldn't go to the stores on Sunday. You certainly couldn't buy liquor. And the shopping malls and all that stuff, you didn't go on Sunday. It was closed. Now you can go, especially during the Christmas season, because I remember when I had my business for almost 10 years in the mall, we had to open up at 8 o'clock in the morning because I had the gift store in addition to the salon next door. So we had to operate with mall hours. And I already had a strong work ethic, but all those years that I did that, I think along with my husband always having a couple jobs, I think that's why my children all have a very strong work ethic. Very strong. And because they always saw us work very, very hard. But I do remember getting back to what Gardner 99 is saying. Yeah, you couldn't even buy liquor, wine or what have you on Sunday. But now I think you can buy it where I live. You could buy wine after 12 o'clock, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, B Solo, thank you for being here. She said that was called the Blue Laws because nothing was open except church and the hospitals. And Sandra, living a full life, said she couldn't do anything at my mother's house and the stores weren't open. Yeah, my mother told me she grew up that they pressed their hair and everything, you know, on Saturday and rolled it all up to be ready for church. Robert Allen Ducky saying it's after 10 now. Okay. But my sister and I was just talking about this on the phone, just reminiscing how things were. I remember when the first relaxers came out and the Jerry curls, and oh man, I could give you some good history. So the Hood says she's prepared up for a year for food, water, heat, cooking, light, and power. And Hood said, I'm the same way. I could go a whole year in this house without having to get anything but water. Because I know my water, I have to drink a lot of water a day. I know I would have to get more water. And maybe laundry detergent. Please come to shove, I would use whatever I had. But I have enough food that I could survive for a whole year. Oh, Regina Tyson said, how do you keep animals out of your garden? Well, I'm blessed because I got the greenhouse and all of my beds except for one are up real high. I'm doing a garden for people who are disabled, senior citizens, have limited mobility. I've slowly converted my garden to elevated raised beds or horses with wood platforms with grow boxes on it. And I'm telling you guys, I feel much better since I've been doing this. I had 2 beds low to the ground, and I now only have 1 outside, and I'm resting it to put my tomatoes in March. I have 2 low beds in the greenhouse. But other than that, I am not straining myself. I want to be just like my aunt. She had a patio table garden in her 80s, and that's how I want to do. Growing with Hudson asked me, did I get my orange juice? No, I didn't buy any because I can't drink a lot of orange juice, Growing with Hudson. But I'm glad you brought that up, guys, because there is a disease that is going through the country at these states that have orchards. I forgot what it's called, but the oranges fall off the tree. I saw it on Good Morning America or something. When they're green, therefore the citrus price is going to go up real high. Now, orange juice, if anybody know anything about being diabetic or pre-diabetic, it turns to sugar real fast. So we can't eat a lot of orange juice and bananas, so I'm not even worried about it. But I recommend those of you that need your vitamin C, get you some orange juice, freeze it now, and or that concentrate orange juice and put it in your freezer. I meant to buy some, Growing with Hudson, so I can have some just to have it, but I forgot all about it. And the Hoodstead says she bought her mother a green stalk. She's 71 and she loves it. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to get you V Solo about your squirrels and your other little possums and stuff. I've been checking into the green stalk, and I thought about getting a couple of them. I changed my mind. I don't know why. I'm just using what I got. But I've had people to tell me some wonderful things about the green stalk because it only takes up a small amount of square footage, and you can grow vertically and grow a whole lot. Maybe if somebody give me one day. Yankee Sister talk about the Jerry curl juice. Yes. Now let's go about the possums. Squirrels, raccoons, birds, and groundhogs. Now, there is a product that's called Rodent Be Gone. It's a spray. You can get it at Amazon, Lowe's, Home Depot, Walmart might even have it. And those animals, those critters, for a while, don't like the spray. It smells awful. But it's okay and safe to use around organic gardening. I got a video on it. You can check my insect or animal repellent or something like that in there. They have it in the granulars and they have it in the spray bottle. I have a little bit, but it's in the greenhouse. I can't go get it at this time. Also, animals like possums, groundhogs, and squirrels, raccoons, they don't like the smell of garlic. So I have an insect repellent that repels those little rodents as well. Another thing you can put out for the rats, if you have them in your neighborhood, you can put out hair. They don't come near where there's a lot of hair. They smell human hair. I get it from my son, the barber, because they do a lot of cuts all day long. And also, they don't like the smell of mint. You can put it in pots of mint close to your area, your living areas, your patio. Another wonderful thing that I use is Irish Spring soap. That green soap they sell at the dollar store, they don't like it. And you can put that in your garden beds or the outside skirts of your garden beds. I plant onions, and that's what I'm going to do with all of these that I got from Dixondale One Word Farm, is I'm going to plant these onions all around the perimeter of my garden beds, whether they're close on the ground or if they're elevated or if they're on horses with grow boxes. Because onions, a lot of animals don't like it. Now, I'm not gonna say if you put beef liver and onions and gravy out in your compost, they're gonna come and tear that up. but they don't hardly start biting and eating onions. Another thing that I use is society garlic. It's more pungent than regular garlic. It's gotten to the point where I don't hardly even grow regular garlic. I just do the society garlic. They don't like that. So there are a lot of things that you can do. Cats don't like the smell of ammonia. You could put it like in cotton balls and put it inside of a curler, a roller with the little holes. There are a lot of things. Just go ahead on and Google it off the top of my head. That's what I'm coming up with right now. I did buy garlic oil, concentrated garlic oil, to supplement because I didn't grow garlic. I haven't started any garlic yet. And something else I forgot, I saw it on somebody's video. I think it was Auntie Ellen starting her turmeric and her ginger. I'm late. I usually start mine in December. I don't have any. I got to get that done. I don't know about groundhogs. Okay. Cats invented the smell of pneumonia. Wow. I know you can take plastic forks, or you can go to the dollar stores or the Goodwill and get metal forks and stick them in your garden beds like this, pretty much close, like every 6 inches, so larger animals won't, don't want to get pricked by these. Ammonia. Okay. Hood State, I got you. And, yeah, that'll keep them out, cats. I saw something in the distance, and I thought it was a rat. And so that's one of my things I can't stand. That's why I don't put no grease, no oil, no cheese, no grains like macaroni cheese, casserole. I don't put nothing like that in my compost so they don't come in my yard. And I have a couple feral cats that come in and out. But they don't go in my garden beds. But anyway, what I wanted to say is, I lost my train of thought. Something about the rats. It'll come back to me. But we got Timeless Treasure saying to put down coffee grounds. Cats don't like them. The forks help with the birds too. Grandma Groves is saying that. Miss Helen, Auntie Helen is saying they don't like orange peels. Okay. Hey, Rhonda Moffitt, thank you for being here. I see somebody speaking to you. And somebody said need oil. I'm pretty sure Regina Tyson is talking about neem oil. Pure cold pressed neem, N-E-E-M oil. And Meryl Spencer said when she was younger, stores were allowed to open on Sunday. You could not buy beef or alcohol. Alcohol she could understand, but beef I didn't get. I don't get that either. Okay. Okay, so I think I helped you guys. Don't forget that. I'm trying to think, guys, what my mind went blank on. But the Irish Spring soap, you can put it in an organza bag, or I just throw it out all around the perimeter of my yard. When I first started doing it about 6-7 years ago, I would tack a little nail and put it in a mesh bag and draw a string, like what I used to wrap my fruit in. And I would nail it to the fence at the bottom and some at the top. Now I don't even do that. I just throw it out. I just cut it up and throw it out. And you can do the rodent be gone. And the person that told me about that was my nephew. He had moved into a new house, and it was an underdeveloped area, some vacant areas, and they had mice or rats. and he used that product and they around his trash, and he said it went away. You were saying you thought something was. Oh, thank you, Miss Quinny's Playroom. Yeah, so I'm nearsighted, so I can see my monitor, this one and this one, real good. I can see the camera up here, the phone, but I can't see, let's say, my hallway back about 13 yards or whatever. I can see it, but it'll be a blur because I'm nearsighted. If I need to see something in a distance, I got to put one of my glasses on. So I just saw something skirt by in my yard at the back fence, and I was on the patio. So you know how big your yard is, average yard. I said, dang, I think I got a rat. So I came in on the computer and I ordered those green sticky traps. And I went and picked them up at Home Depot curbside because, you know, with the pandemic, I don't like to go in. And the next day I caught what it was. Felt so bad. It was a garden lizard, but it was a nice size. And Brian, took care of it for me. Brian relocated it for me. But I wish I had not had caught it because it eats a lot of pests, like grasshoppers and things like that in your yard. But I've lost several pairs of glasses in my food forest. So what I did was I bought it. I don't even have them on here. I got those little elastic strings, the guards that you put on. So in case I have to see something, they could be resting right here. But I don't have them on these two pairs that I have over here. But yeah, I thought it was a rat or mouse, and it wasn't. It was a garden lizard. Okay. Somebody's saying, did you feed it? You can free them with baby oil. Oh, you talking about that sticky stuff? Yeah, I don't have anything like that. Well, I do now. I got paraffin oil because that's what paraffin is, mineral oil, but I didn't have it at the time. Yes, honey. I got a pair of black and white polka dot cat-eye glasses out there. And I got a big pair of blacks. They're really cool, and it cost me some money. And I know I had them on out there, and I can't find them. I will help you with the rats. I don't have any rats. Oh, you probably talking with somebody else. I had my 3 chickens in my urban garden. I saw a rat, and the chickens had to go. I can't stand them. Oh, Mara, I think that's why they won't let us have chickens in the suburb that I'm in. Because we can't have them. And I didn't want the chickens for eggs because I can't digest eggs. I can do egg whites. I wanted it for fertilizer. But I see a question mark. Do anyone know where is the Grow Family Network? If you're asking about another YouTube gardener that is not here, or I'm just going to retract that comment. We don't do that unless I called out somebody. You can Google them, YouTube search engine, and you can find that information. We don't do that, Gardener 99. It's not proper etiquette. Yeah, Renee, I love them little cat-eye glasses. My chickens my chickens are the rodents. Okay, let me tell you all this about those cat-eye glasses real quick. Miss Renee reminded me of something. When I was little, I think about the 4th grade, I had to wear glasses because I have a slight stigmatization. You probably seen it in some cat-eye glasses and the pink cat-eye glasses, and you only had a couple of styles to choose from. I hated them. So I took mine and I threw them away on the way home. Somebody turned them in to the lost and found at the school. And I had to go to the office and to get my glasses. And now, those same glasses that I hated, I love. I just wanted to share that with you. I am terrified of rats. My grandmother was bitten by a rabbit rat and had to get a series of shots. I am terrified of rats too. I can't stand it. Lady Cheryl getting food for us. My daughter asked the significance of the owls you have. Oh, very good question. They deter birds a little bit, but I'm gonna tell you something. Birds and squirrels, they'll deter them a little bit, but you got to constantly move them around and put them in different locations. And after a while, they'll perch right up there on the owl. So I have a lot of them, but I used to have a phobia of owls. I couldn't stand it. I look at an owl, it gives me the creeps, and I'll tell you what happened to me. Real quick, I'm gonna tell you what happened. Because I was in the mall and I was working real late and sometimes it would be dark and I wouldn't remember to check the mailbox nor my husband, my late husband. So I went out to check the mail and it was real dark. And I heard that, ooh, ooh, whatever the owl sound makes, that kind of sound. And the owl flew past me and perched. Yeah, I'm getting on water like one of them campfire stories. Because I have fought this fear of owls since that happened. And it perched up on the roof of our home. And then he looked dead at me, and then he turned his head like the Exorcist, that 180. And I just started screaming. And the owl didn't go anywhere. And my husband came outside, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? I thought something happened to you. And I said, look at that owl. He said, baby, that owl must be sick. Because they don't get that close to you and don't do nothing to you. It must have been sick. And from that day on until about 10 years, I was always looking like this when I would go outside to the mailbox, or I wouldn't go. I would pull up my car and do it on when I'm leaving, going to work. And then I just started watching the Discovery Channel. I saw somebody, I don't know if it was Oprah or Dr. Phil, one of them saying you have to conquer your fear by watching it. Like, there are people afraid of clowns, there are people afraid of birds, blah, blah, blah. So I started watching the Discovery Channel. And then I just saw the beauty in the bird. And then, gardening more and more, I noticed that they use these owls for decoy. Now I can walk out there and look at my owls and they don't bother me. But during the spring and the summer, I rotate them all the time, but not in the winter. Someone asked your thoughts on candied orange juice. I would, in a heartbeat. And it's an acid, so all you have to do is water bath can it. I was watching a video today, and I said, Lord, let me be blessed to get enough of satsumas, because I have 2 trees now. And I will definitely peel the satsumas and water bath can them in natural juice. Yes, thank you, Grown with Hudson. Yes, I don't see anything wrong with canning lemon juice, grapefruit juice, orange juice. It's no different than you buying it. If you could buy it in the store in a jar or in a carton, you can can it. Okay. And at home with Cheryl saying the owls do take care of the squirrels and the chipmunks. Yeah, I just, people started giving them to me. I may have bought about 5 of them, but the rest of them, they have been gifted to me. My sister bought me 2 metal ones. They're really, really nice. Okay, Garden99 says, sorry, but I don't see you, Lady Cheryl. I would ask about you. That's how I am. Okay, I don't want to get into that, but proper etiquette, we don't bring up other channels unless the moderators have permission from me to put them down. I know you didn't mean any harm, Terry, and I didn't take it that way, but still, I have to set the precedent or everybody will keep doing it. Don't take it the wrong way. You know I love you, okay? All right. Yeah, that head turning is creepy, though. Cherie, it does. I got something that spin around. It's real creepy. I'm telling you all, I just stood there, froze, and just started screaming. So when you see those movies on television, and the dun, 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 and you know the music, and then I go, ah! and then they stand there screaming and they don't move. You can't be frozen in place. Because I just stood there and started screaming. Then my husband ran out. He thought I was being assaulted, mugged or whatever. Okay. Robbie Allen Junkie said, rats, frogs, and snakes, lizards creep me out. I'm still trying to garden, though. My brothers used to chase us with things, I had 4 older brothers and 1 younger, and they would just terrorize the girls with this stuff. And so that's why I got the little fear of the mice. But strangely enough, snakes don't bother me. I see the little garter snakes. Some people call them garden snakes, Garden, but they're really called garter, Garter, and they're not poisonous. They eat insects. I have picked them up in my front yard, see them moving when the landscaper comes out and do my front yard, and I don't have any lawn in my back. They just mow the front and the side and the back fence. And I have seen them moving. I would pick them up, break up through the house, go all the way through the patio, and drop them in a garden bed. They don't bother me at all. I'm not afraid of spiders. Some people get all googly-eyed over that. But I am afraid of mice, rats, and I conquered my fear of owls. Somebody is saying good night. Grace Gines, they mentioned your name, the hood said. If you're new here and you can't stay for the whole time and you need to leave, we understand. No problem. And Grandmama Grove says she's experienced them all. Wow. Flight, fright, or fight. Each are a valid response. Flight, fright, or fight. Okay, I'll remember that. And somebody said they would have been hollering too, Lady Cheryl. Yeah. And frogs don't bother me. I got a frog in my greenhouse right now. I got little garden lizards in my greenhouse. I love to see them because they're going to take care of the gnat infestation, when I start bringing these potty mix stuff. Now, let me talk about this real quick. Because I see a couple people, and if you're in here, I'm not trying to step on your toes, but you do not have to put boiling water on the little peat pellets that are condensed. You don't have to put boiling water on it. Whatever they do to manufacture those peat pellets, you don't get gnats. If you get some gnats around your peat pellets, they came in someplace else, but not in the pellets. Just put your water on it. Now, the seed starting mix, specifically Jiffy, I recommend that you use boiling water, your pure cold pressed neem oil, about a tablespoon to a pitcher of water, and sanitize that. Wait till it completely cools. Put it in the containers that you're going to use, and then let it cool off, and then plant your seeds. Okay? Because you can get fungus gnats, eggs, or gnats in the seed starting mix, but I've never seen them on the peat pellets. But as soon as I open up a bag of potty mix, whether it is indoor or outdoor, the fungus gnats come. So that's why I put the little yellow sticky papers in and up, especially around the light. And I leave one small grow light on at nighttime when all the rest of my grow lights are turned off. And I put the sticky trap right there by that one single bulb grow light, and I get the gnats that way. Because if you put boiling water in your potting mix, you're going to destroy some healthy nutrients and microorganisms in that potting mix. So you're going to get a fair share amount. And that's why right now it is 58 degrees and 59 degrees in the greenhouse, and I have the window that I cut open in the front and the back open because I wanted the humidity to dry, because fungus gnats breed on damp places, preferably soil. So that's why I try to keep the humidity down. See, you got to always be thinking about what you're going to do next. Next are my small plants, My small babies, my small seedlings are going to be next covering up that in the greenhouse. Every available space is going to have a plant there. And that's where the fungus gnats attack the small, innocent baby plants that can't fight them off. I don't see no fungus gnats around my tomato plants that are 7 feet tall. I see them around the little bitty plants. And this is where your experience comes in. Okay? You just know. For example, and I'm probably going to repeat this again when I start sharing inside the greenhouse and show you all my baby seedlings. Some, I put the name of what they are, and some I don't. Because I know I got these old marigold seeds from 2016. Supposed to have another package. I guess I planted them. I know what the marigold seedling looks like. I don't have to label it. If I have one pepper plant left, I know what the California wonder pepper plant look like, or the black beauty eggplant. But now, if I start doing a whole lot of different varieties, then I gotta start putting, names and all that kind of stuff as far as the variety is concerned. So the more you grow, the more you know. And you will know what plant you can move when you need to move it. What plant you can pot up quicker before it gets its set of true leaves. You'll just know. And I'll be sharing all that with you. Okay. Let me check and see if we have any more question marks. Can you can cabbage? Regina Tyson, I have never canned cabbage. I do know that the food preservation for the government site, and I've got it. Let me find it for you. Other bookmarks. When I have a class, I always get that question. And the name of that organization, that governmental agency, is called National Center for Home Food Preservation. Write it down. Let me see if I can get the link. It's NCHF. Copy. Let's go to my video today. And let me put it in the chat. For everybody to copy it. Enter. There it is. There is the link. Because there's a lot of stuff that other people do that I admire and respect. But I don't do it. I don't can macaroni and cheese. They say don't do it. I don't do it. They say don't can squash. I don't do it. I will freeze it. Okay? And the reasoning behind all of that is on that site. But your question was cabbage. People ferment it and make sauerkraut. And people will cook it in soups or whatever and freeze it. But I do not can cabbage. I've seen YouTube videos where people make cabbage rolls, roll them up, put the raw ground chunk or whatever, and put them in a jar, and they pressure can it. I don't. So that's the answer to my question. If the government say don't do it, the government food preservation site say don't do it, I don't do it. Okay. Okay, let's go back. See if we got any more questions. Somebody got CAC, Regina Tyler. Can you can cabbage? Okay, that's what that is about. Okay, what's the problem here, Antia? Okay, I'm not going to even talk about that. A new bag unopened. I don't know what's going on. Okay, now let's go and move on. I think somebody found something in a bag or something. If y'all want to bring that to my attention, let me know. So somebody, Tiny Texas Garden said, I'm so ready for the seedlings, but not ready for the gnats. But, oh, Garden 99 and all caps said he found a snake in a bag of potting mix. Yeah, I've heard stuff like that before. And in fact, they recommend, it's a famous gardener who died because he was working with wet potting mix, and somehow it got into his lungs, and he got a really bad form of pneumonia, and he died. Big shot in the gardening community. I bet if somebody right now Google Master Gardener TV died potting mix, put all those words in it, you'll come up with the person. So if I'm working with a whole lot of potting mix, that is the only time I'll put on a mask. If I'm doing a whole lot of, I call them liquor cups, the little clear cup and then the red solo cup, that's the only time that I would use it. And I'm inside or I'm in the greenhouse. But if I'm outside and just pouring potting mix into a container or a bed, I don't wear a mask. But you can really get a bad fungal lung infection. But yeah, I've heard of that before. Thank you, Gardener 99. I've heard that you need to be careful because you can get little snakes and things like that and critters in potting mix. Somebody wanted to know what did he do with it. If it was just a garter snake, he said he ran. I would have picked it up and put it in a garden bed if it was not non-poisonous. Okay. TLC in the garden, Auntie is telling me want to know your thoughts on candy orange juice. I already answered that. Fine, perfectly fine. Lemon juice, orange juice, grapefruit juice, anything acidic, all you got to do is water bath can it. Yankee sister want to know what type of greenhouse that I have. I have a 20 times 20 feet long, 10 feet wide, 7 feet tall in the center steeple part. It is a no-brand greenhouse on eBay. I bid on it and won about 7 years ago. And it does not have a real good cover that lasts in the summer in Texas, so I take it completely off. And by the time I take it off, the last 2 years, it was during the pandemic, and I just start cutting windows in because I already got my new greenhouse cover. I think I told you all either the last Monday night or the week before, I caught it on sale for $114, and that's the cheapest I've gotten it. And it's still in my foyer, and I got to drag it to the grow room. But I buy one every year because of all the money that I save growing the majority of my fruits and vegetables. I think I can splurge on a greenhouse cover. So after this cold front and March comes in, I'll start cutting windows all at the top. Let that air in there so I don't get a fungus. Okay? Good night, Ricky. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. And I see some other people are saying good night. And the hood said, I have sauteed cabbage in my fridge right now. Sounds delicious. I think my daughter makes the best cabbage I ever had in my life. She makes some good cabbage. She doesn't put a lot of water in because, cabbage is a lot of water. And she smothers it down with bacon. So now you're making me hungry. Somebody said, you just hungry. I don't know who they're talking to. Okay. So I answered about the greenhouse. Yeah. So guys, I think I answered all of your questions. Thank you, Brian Brownlee. We appreciate you for being here. Gardener 99 said his next greenhouse will be a glass greenhouse. I would like an acrylic one. I wish somebody could come, and I know they can. I'll tell you who has the greenhouse that I want, but it's not as big as what I need, and that is Zapper Garden, S. Young Family Garden. But the Amish have some beautiful greenhouse, and you can go on their site, just Google Amish greenhouse, and they'll give you a quote, and you tell them what you want, and they put them in, and they have the exhaust fans and wood heaters, whatever you want, but you're going to have to pay a whole lot of money for it. Okay, Lady Cheryl, what size pellet would you use for starting bell peppers? The small ones. I personally don't even use, I saw the larger ones for the tomato plants, and I think I saw somebody using them, but I don't. I as soon as I see my plants looking a little weak, I get them out of that peat pellet as soon as I can to put them in potty mix so they can get some nutrition. Thank you, Barb Brownlee. And they say, wear gloves. Regina, yes. But I love, oh, somebody said they're craving cabbage and salty pea-tails right now. You on a raw food diet, ma'am. Bye, Helen. Bye, Aunt Ellen. But they say the best thing for your gut, the probiotics in fermented food like cabbage, is the best thing to heal a leaky gut. It's supposed to be so much better for you. And I got the stuff to do it, but I've never gotten around to doing it, guys. I have a nurse friend. She's also a licensed hypnotist. I was having some stomach issues about 3 years ago, and I called myself being vegan. Now, I lost a lot of weight. I'm not going to lie to you. I lost 42 pounds. I gained 32 pounds of them back. As soon as I ate a chicken wing, it was over. And I broke that vegan for 8 months. But I had some problems with my gut. And she told me about probiotics. Yeah. And if you can't get any sauerkraut, because you can't buy sauerkraut without a lot of salt in it. So I just brought the capsules. Okay, Regina Tyson says she just bought a 4x6 glass greenhouse opening at the top. That is beautiful. And best yet is dancing because it's the last day on her raw food. Okay, that's really good. Yes, there you go. There you go. Miles McIntyre. Thank you, Yankee sister. 77. Died from Legionnaire's disease from potting soil. He was a famous gardener. I told you if somebody put those key words in there, you were going to come up with it. Because I like to put my hands in the dirt. But the only time that I do is when I'm potting it up inside of my home. Is when I put a mask on. When I'm outside, I don't. But I think you have to have a compromised immune system because he was older and he couldn't fight it off. But you got to make sure you're in an open place where you got ventilation. But they tell you to be careful when you're working with potting mix. And so Yankee sister said, so now you know I'm going to have to wear my mask out in the garden. I don't wear it if it's like real open. But if I have allergies and certain pollen and stuff is bothering me certain times of the year, I will wear my mask outside because I have to because I have allergies. Okay, and somebody said something about true probiotics. Probiotics are great for you, and there are so many fermented sauerkraut, kombucha, kimchi, apple cider. I do apple cider vinegar, and you can make them easily at home. And I'm going to make all types of vinegar and flavorings this year if the Lord continue to bless me the way these trees are growing. And you guys know I do the bourbon and vanilla and the vodka and vanilla, and this is aged for 13 months. And these are sitting on my desk because I strained some more to give to my hair clients. I keep forgetting to give them. Okay, everybody. Lord, oh Lord, I have 10 bags of soil in my living room. Well, they're unopened, Renaissance Grandma. They're unopened. If you're going to open up that soil all in your house, then you need to open up a window, a door, and put a mask on. I've potted up maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 bags of potty mix. And I know I got 2 in my trunk right now for these cups. And I haven't gotten sick. But I open up the door and make sure I have the fan circulating, you know, and I have on my mask. Okay? So just put your mask on. You're going to be fine. Nobody's going to start dying. Okay? He was an older gentleman, worked with a lot of potty mix, and had a compromised immune system. Any tips for starting spinach? Patience. In the video today, I shared yesterday, Brian and Bria and I gathered some morning glory seeds, and I popped them in the 2 hanging baskets that I put spinach in because they hadn't come up. The spinach didn't come up that I planted on the same day that I planted Merlot red lettuce and another green lettuce. And then after I took them home, I thought about it, and I corrected the video, and I said it takes a little while for spinach to germinate. So if the spinach comes up, and I know what the seedlings look like for morning glory, because they look like like a butterfly, I'll pop them out and put them someplace else. Spinach can take 2, 3, 4 weeks to germinate. Okay? So that would be my tip, is that you just have patience. Okay. Oh, we got somebody from the Bahamas in the house. Thank you. Thank you, Arkansas Woodcutter. So what's in your trunk? Oh, I've got 2 bags of potty mix and some perlite that I picked up from Home Depot, and I just haven't brought it in because I'm not going to use it right now. Okay, I think I got everybody's question. And somebody said 10 to 15 days for spinach. Yeah, it can take a little longer depending on your temperature. You put it on the heating mat, you might get those babies to pop up a little bit sooner. And Yankee Sister Homestead is saying she had a wonderful time tonight, and she wants you all to know, thank you, Lady Cheryl. She said, thank you, Lady Cheryl, and the laughs from the chat room. Everybody be safe. Thank you. Good night, everybody. You know that I love you. God loves you too. Come back next Monday. Somebody gonna win some money. Somebody gonna win some money to buy some seeds or plants or whatever you need to buy for your gratitude garden. Spread the word. Next Monday night, somebody gonna win some money. But you gotta have a cash out. Thank you, guys. Good night.